The files drop. Yo, listen up. It all started with Maya Raman. She wasn't your average tech analyst. Nah, she was sharp, messy hair, hoodie constantly wrinkled, headphones always dangling. But inside her brain, pure chaos and order at the same time. She had eyes on every little corner of Helix Global, a company everyone thought was untouchable. Billion-dollar contracts, political influence, shady backroom deals. Hell, they made some countries look like sandbox experiments. And Maya, she saw it all. She had files. Massive. Enough to make anyone freak the hell out. Level 7 documents, behavioral steering programs, covert influence campaigns. Stuff that could implode a corporation and shake governments at the same time. The night the files dropped, it was electric, not literally. Well, maybe literally considering Helix's servers, but online, total chaos. Caleb Ward, journalist extraordinaire, got the first ping. Encrypted email. Subject line, "This is bigger than you think." He barely had time to process it. 10 GB of raw data, spreadsheets, memos, logs. Everything neatly packaged. And in that moment the digital world tilted. He opened it, scanned, coffee spilled, hands shook. And he knew, once this went public, nothing would be the same. Maya didn't release them publicly at first. Nah, she was smart. She tested the waters. A few select journalists, a couple of online forums, each leak strategically timed, like planting seeds in a storm, and the storm hit. Helix didn't respond right away. Typical. Corporate silence, lawyers drafting, PR polishing. But whispers started circulating. Tiny blogs picked it up. Influencers posted cryptic threads, and before long, boom, Reddit exploded, Twitter freaked. The noise grew, Maya's mindset. Simple, expose, survive, outsmart. She had contingency plans, dead drop files, encrypted backups, multiple devices. She wasn't reckless, she was tactical, but this was bigger than her usual play. The scale massive. Political ties, stock market movements, social influence campaigns, it was all intertwined. And Helix, they were not gonna take this lightly. Caleb tried contacting her. Encrypted texts, calls, nothing, deadlines approaching. Every minute counted. And then first threats surfaced. Anonymous messages, short, polite, chilling, "Stop." Nothing more, no yelling, no names, just that, "Stop." Meanwhile, the first signs of public reaction appeared. Online chatter. "She's a hero." "She's crazy." "This is fake." Bots amplified both sides. Chaos. But that chaos, exactly what Helix thrived on: distraction, confusion, discredit the source. Classic. Caleb realized fast this wasn't just a story anymore. It was a war. Late night he traced an IP. Suspicious activity around his own networks. Someone was watching. Maybe Helix, maybe others. Could be private security, could be a hired hacker. Doesn't matter. Point is, the clock started ticking, and that's when Maya disappeared. One day she was emailing, sharing files, dropping breadcrumbs. Next day, gone, vanished. No trace. Authorities shrugged. Could be voluntary. Yeah, right. Voluntary whistleblowers don't leave billion-dollar corporations shaking, scrambling, and sending men in black subs. Then came the leaks from inside. Mid-level engineers, scared, reaching out anonymously. They confirmed what Maya hinted at: behavioral nudging, influence campaigns, political simulations, covert operations. And level 7, just the tip of the iceberg. Caleb pieced it together. Maya didn't just see the system, she understood it. She mapped it. She weaponized truth against the machine. But Helix wasn't just any corporation. They were a predator. And once a predator senses weakness, it strikes quietly, efficiently. That's when the real danger hit. Threats escalated. Surveillance increased. Black SUVs following, strange people around apartments, odd messages in encrypted channels. Helix wasn't just trying to discredit her, they were trying to control everything connected to her. And the scariest part, they were patient, calculated, relentless. Maya left breadcrumbs anyway. She knew someone would pick them up. Caleb did. He dove headfirst into the chaos, navigating a digital minefield of bot accounts, fake leads, and encrypted messages. Every move calculated. Every second mattered. She was gone. Files were out. Chaos was everywhere. And one thing was crystal clear. Once Maya pulled the curtain back, the machine noticed. And it doesn't forgive mistakes. The hunt begins. Io, check it. Caleb barely blinked that night. He had Maya's files spread across 3 laptops, his phone blowing up every 2 minutes, and a half-empty coffee cup threatening to tip over on the desk. Outside, the city was quiet, unaware that the world was about to tilt. But inside, the storm was already raging. Maya's disappearance hit like a gut punch. One second she was dropping bombs with her files, the next she was gone. No texts, no calls, nothing. And the data she left behind, enough to make the biggest predators in corporate America sweat. Helix Global, they weren't panicking. Nah, they were recalibrating. Every executive, every legal team, every PR strategist was moving like a well-oiled machine. Ongoing internal review, they said. Smoke screens. Every move calculated. Every camera angle, every quote, every press release designed to give zero signs of fear. But behind closed doors, it was chaos. Quiet chaos, but chaos nonetheless. Threat assessments, security sweeps, insider checks. They didn't just want to cover their tracks. They wanted to make sure no one could even think about exposing them again. Caleb's inbox, a minefield, threats, tips, fake leads, dead drops, everything. Half of it was noise, the other half, legit enough to make him sweat. One message stood out, subject line screaming, "Stop digging or pay." The sender, anonymous. Routed through 10 different servers across 3 continents. The timing. Right after a closed-door Senate briefing on Helix's influence campaigns. Coincidence? Yeah, sure. If you like gambling with your life. Meanwhile, Helix started flexing in subtle ways. Private investigators shadowed journalists. Social media accounts reporting on Maya were flagged, suspended, or quietly hacked. Websites mysteriously crashed. Phone lines tapped. Emails rerouted. Every move Caleb made, Helix knew, or at least they tried to. And then came the leak that flipped the table. A slide deck from deep inside Helix, titled Behavioral Steering Initiative Phase Expansion. Date stamped 6 months before Maya even touched it. It laid out pilot programs in multiple cities, targeting online behavior, political leanings, consumer habits. Small tweaks here, subtle boosts there. Manipulating perception at a scale most people couldn't even imagine. Caleb scrolled through it jaw tight. This wasn't marketing. This wasn't influence. This was straight-up behavioral engineering at a societal level. And the kicker, executives signed off on it. High-level execs. People untouchable. Then came the first sacrifices. Two mid-level managers resigned in a hurry. Classic move. Press release called it isolated incidents. Translation. Scapegoats. The real architects of the plan. Still smiling in boardrooms, sipping espresso, calm as hell. Caleb knew the stakes. He wasn't just chasing a story anymore. He was tracking a system designed to erase anyone who threatened it. Maya's sister, Amina, went public. No PR team, no scripts, just raw emotion. She wouldn't leave, she said. They took her, they're not done. Clips spread like wildfire, hashtags trended. The public started paying attention, and for a moment Helix twitched, slightly. Irritation, not fear. The surveillance game escalated. CCTV footage showed a black SUV lurking near Maya's apartment multiple times. Rotating plates, drivers changing routes. And when Caleb tried to report it, authorities said, no confirmed threat. Right, professionals don't leave evidence. Financial anomalies appeared too. Millions in short trades against Helix offshore accounts timed right before Maya vanished. Someone knew turbulence was coming. Someone was either reacting or anticipating it. Caleb stared at the spreadsheets, heart racing. This wasn't small-time manipulation. This was predictive power combined with corporate might. Meanwhile, inside Helix, whispers started. Engineers, scared, talking anonymously, revealing what Maya had suspected. Targeted influence campaigns, behavioral nudges, level 7 projects. Just the tip of a massive iceberg. Every leak increased the heat. Every misstep could mean danger. And then Caleb got a file that froze him in his chair. Influence yield metrics. Graphs, percentages, shifts in online sentiment after algorithm tweaks. Political campaigns, public health debates, economic policies. 2% shifts here, 3% there. Tiny numbers, but in close races or critical public moments. That's the difference between control and chaos. And Maya had proof of it all, or at least she had it. Caleb realized the depth. This wasn't just about whistleblowing. This wasn't about exposure. Helix was a machine and the machine was alive. And now the hunt had started. Every journalist covering Maya, at risk. Every private investigator helping Amina, at risk. Every friend, every ally, watching their backs, wondering if tonight would be the night. Maya left clues, but they were cryptic. Encrypted maps, partial GPS logs, veiled messages. Whoever followed them had to be sharp. But Caleb knew her style. If someone could trace her breadcrumbs, they could anticipate her moves. And Helix wasn't stupid. They were anticipating too. By the middle of part 2, the reality hit. Maya didn't just vanish. She went underground, deep, tactical. Every move designed to expose the system without being caught. And for every file she left, someone in Helix was watching, calculating, trying to erase the trail. This wasn't just whistleblowing. It was survival. Shadows everywhere. Check it. This is where shit really got real. Caleb had barely slept in a week. Coffee cups stacking like skyscrapers, laptops open with 10 tabs each, VPN cycling faster than a kid's fidget spinner. Outside, streets were quiet, but in his little corner, a storm was brewing. And he knew it wasn't Maya he had to worry about, it was Helix, lurking in every shadow, listening, calculating. Maya was off the grid, no calls, no texts, only the files she left behind, a digital bomb ticking ready to explode. But Helix, they were already detonating countermeasures. Private eyes in dark sedans, fake social media accounts, deep-fake clips to confuse anyone following her trail. They weren't just trying to erase her, they were trying to erase her story entirely. Caleb got the first real scare when his apartment router went haywire. IP addresses pinging from 4 continents simultaneously. Someone was scanning. Someone was watching. He unplugged everything, moved to a coworking space with disposable Wi-Fi. No one touches Caleb, but Helix was persistent. Meanwhile, Amina had a plan. She wasn't waiting for authorities. They were too slow, too polite, too predictable. She coordinated a network, private investigators, cyber experts, freelance journalists. They moved fast, silent, leaving no trace. Every new lead had to be checked twice, encrypted, dead dropped. No mistakes. The first breakthrough, a mid-level engineer, scared shitless, agreeing to share intel anonymously. They confirmed what Maya had already hinted at. Behavioral nudging, political simulations, covert projects. Helix wasn't just shady. They were manipulating society like a chessboard. And level 7, just the first piece on the board. Caleb pieced together the leaked data. Stock market patterns, social media sentiment, political campaigns, all influenced subtly but massively. 2% shifts, 3% here, tiny nudges. But in reality, that's enough to control outcomes without anyone noticing. And Maya had a full blueprint. She'd mapped it. She'd understood the machine. But the deeper Caleb went, the more dangerous it got. Helix had eyes everywhere. Any email could be compromised. Any online message could be a trap. Even the people he trusted started second-guessing themselves. One night, Caleb received a file labeled Shadow Ops Active. It was chilling. Photographs, time-stamped surveillance, logs of private investigators tracking journalists. He scrolled through it, heart pounding. Helix wasn't just reactive. They were proactive, preemptive, surgical. The files also showed Maya's breadcrumbs, tiny hints, GPS coordinates partially masked, encrypted messages dropped in forums only a few people would see. Whoever found these had to be sharp, but Helix was sharper. They were intercepting, rerouting, attempting to mislead anyone who tried following. Social media chaos didn't help. The narrative split. Some praising Maya as a hero, others blasting her as a liar, a troublemaker. Bots, trolls, algorithmic amplifiers, they all added fuel to the fire. But that fire wasn't for nothing. It distracted Helix enough to create cracks in their operations, tiny cracks Caleb could exploit. Then came the first real confirmation. A blurry CCTV clip surfaced on a secure drop. Maya walking briskly in an alleyway, hoodie up, looking over her shoulder. Timestamp, conflicting, resolution, garbage, but her movements, too calculated, too deliberate. Caleb knew she had planned this. And he also knew Helix had eyes on her. Threats escalated. Anonymous messages, emails with GPS coordinates, phone calls with no voice, just static. The message was clear. We see you, we're tracking, don't mess up. Caleb couldn't panic, couldn't freeze, had to move. Every step calculated, every decision critical. He knew one wrong move could blow Maya's trail wide open, or worse. Meanwhile, Helix subtly leaked misinformation. Edited files, fake whistleblower accounts, doctored emails. Anyone not careful would be convinced Maya fabricated everything. Perception was their weapon, and they wielded it like a blade. Amina pushed harder. Encrypted calls, secure meetups, dead drops. Every lead cross-checked. Every tip verified. She was building a map of the machine from the inside out, a web of connections Helix didn't want anyone to see. Caleb followed her updates, jaw tight, adrenaline spiking. Every connection meant someone else in Helix could notice, but they had to risk it. There was no choice. Then came the digital ambush. One server he accessed suddenly locked him out. Firewall alert. Traced IPS, multiple attempts to breach. Caleb realized they were attacking him directly, trying to stop him from connecting the dots, trying to erase him from the map. But Caleb and Amina adapted. Encrypted drives, burner phones, dead drops disguised as mundane data packets. Every move, every transfer carefully choreographed. They were learning Helix's playbook, playing against the system. Maya's trail remained cryptic. Hints dropped in odd forums. Partial GPS coordinates in unrelated documents. Files disguised as mundane corporate reports. Whoever found them needed sharp eyes and nerves of steel. But the higher up Helix went, the more dangerous it became. They weren't just protecting the corporation, they were defending a global network of influence. And anyone who threatened it, collateral. And that's where Part 3 left off. The hunt had intensified. The hunter became the hunted. And somewhere Maya was still moving, still planning, still staying one step ahead of the machine trying to erase her. The walls are closing. Yo, shit was about to get messy. Caleb's apartment. It felt like a trap. He had laptops, phones, tablets, every device running encrypted channels like a goddamn command center. Every ping, every notification, every slight delay in a connection made him jump. He knew Helix wasn't just watching, they were hunting. And now, the walls were closing in. Maya had gone full ghost mode. She wasn't tweeting, emailing, or posting anywhere public. Every breadcrumb she left was subtle. Files disguised as mundane spreadsheets, GPS logs hidden in travel documents, dead drops through obscure messaging boards. But that's how she rolled. Always 2 steps ahead, always calculated, always untouchable, or so she thought. Caleb got a new message at 3:17 a.m. No subject, just a string of encrypted coordinates. He traced them cautiously. Low-res CCTV frames, footage of Maya moving down an alley, quick, deliberate steps. Someone followed her at a distance, blurry silhouette in the corner. It was a warning. It had to be. Helix wasn't fucking around. Meanwhile, Amina was ramping up pressure. Private investigators, cyber hackers, and a few ex-intelligence contacts she could trust were digging. She coordinated via secure channels, rotating IPS, burner phones, dead drops disguised as banal data. They were mapping Helix's network from the inside out, tracking every financial transaction, every internal memo, every digital footprint. And it was a shit show. Helix wasn't subtle anymore. Black SUVs, changed license plates, rotating drivers. Surveillance drones spotted near Caleb's apartment complex. Social media accounts flagged, suspended, or hacked. Every journalist following Maya faced harassment. This wasn't PR. This was war. Then came the first direct hit. Caleb's VPN flagged a trace back to a location he couldn't ignore. Foreign servers bouncing off multiple continents. Someone was sniffing his traffic, trying to track his moves, maybe even attempting a hack. He pulled his drives, unplugged everything, and started moving. No fixed address. No patterns. Helix could wait. They were patient predators. And patience. That made them deadly. Maya's files, though, still dropping chaos. Behavioral simulations, level 7 operations, political nudges, stock manipulation experiments. She exposed it all. And the deeper Caleb dug, the more he realized this wasn't just corporate corruption, it was control. Massive, silent, subtle control over society. And the people who ran it, untouchable. Amina found another clue. An email from a middle-tier engineer, desperate, scared shitless, hinting at internal protocols for erasing trails. Helix had contingency plans for leaks, protocols for whistleblowers, hidden cameras, GPS trackers, burner accounts monitoring journalists. It was insane. And the scary part, every move Caleb and Amina made now risked exposure. Caleb pieced together something chilling. The deeper the leaks went, the more Helix adapted. They weren't just reacting, they were predicting. Algorithms tracking movement, patterns, behavioral tendencies of anyone digging into Maya's files. It was like they knew him before he moved. Meanwhile, Maya herself, ghost, phantom, legend, her drops were precise. Every leak timed for maximum disruption, minimum trace. Every file encoded, every channel rotated. And yet she was playing a dangerous game. One slip, one trace, and Helix would erase her existence. Then came the whispers. Encrypted messages from unknown sources hinting at more files, more leaks. Some said they were fake. Others said real. Caleb didn't know who to trust. He had to filter out noise, interpret clues, anticipate moves. The tension, fucking relentless. Helix escalated again. Private investigators were more aggressive. Social media monitoring amplified. Financial transactions tracked. Anyone remotely connected to Maya or Caleb, at risk. The game wasn't just exposure anymore, it was eradication. Caleb realized something heavy. This wasn't just whistleblowing. This was war against a ghost. Helix was a machine. Maya was the trigger. And anyone in between, collateral. By now, Caleb had no normal sleep pattern. He moved like a shadow, always 2 steps ahead, always anticipating the next strike. Every encrypted message, every dead drop, every clue had to be cross-checked, verified, and acted on immediately. One mistake, and Helix would exploit it. Maya's trail was maddeningly complex. Tiny GPS coordinates in mundane files. Encrypted messages dropped on obscure forums. Dead drops disguised as corporate memos. Only someone sharp and focused could follow it. And even then, Helix was always 1 step ahead. The tension, unbearable, every shadow could hide someone watching. Every phone line could be tapped. Every website could be a trap. And yet Caleb couldn't stop. Amina couldn't stop. They were committed, obsessed, fueled by the knowledge that Maya's files could change the world. And that's where part 4 leaves off. The hunt was hotter than ever, shadows everywhere, pressure mounting. And somewhere, Maya was moving in ways no one could anticipate, leaving chaos, exposing secrets, and staying alive in the deadliest game of cat and mouse. Close calls and dirty secrets. Yo, listen up, shit was about to get real messy. Caleb was running on fumes. 3 laptops, 2 phones, encrypted drives stacked like a goddamn fortress. Coffee cups everywhere, cold now, ignored. Outside, quiet city streets. Inside, pure chaos. Every notification, every ping, every little digital flicker made him flinch. And that's when it hit him, Helix wasn't just watching, they were hunting. Maya, ghosted, poof, vanished like smoke in the wind. But the files, man, they were nuclear. Behavioral simulations, covert influence campaigns, political manipulations, Level 7 programs exposed in raw detail. And every leak she left was a hand grenade waiting to blow up the system. The first close call, Caleb got a ping at 2:43 a.m., an email, anonymous. Nothing in the subject line, just a map, coordinates. He traced it cautiously. Street cameras, low-res, grainy. A silhouette moved fast, hoodie up. Footsteps echoing in alleys, someone following, someone observing. Helix was tightening the noose. Meanwhile, Amina was working overtime. She had assembled a ragtag network of ex-intelligence contacts, hackers, and freelance investigators. Burner phones, dead-drop messages, rotating IPs. They were mapping Helix's operations from the inside out. Financial flows, internal memos, hidden communications, they left nothing unturned. And it was chaos, pure chaos but controlled. Helix. Subtlety was out the window. Black SUVs lurking in parking lots, cameras on every corner. Social media accounts tracking anyone reporting on Maya suspended or hacked. Journalists harassed. Legal threats. The game escalated. Helix wasn't just defending. They were attacking, quietly, efficiently, without leaving a trace. Then came the digital ambush. Caleb logged into one of his secure servers and got an alert. Unauthorized access attempt. IP bouncing through 10 countries. Someone was actively trying to breach his data. He unplugged everything, packed his laptops in a duffel, moved to a new safe house. No pattern, no routine. Helix thrived on routine. He didn't want to give them that. And then the files dropped another bomb. A full Level 7 behavioral steering report. Charts, percentages, simulations. Social media influence, political campaigns, consumer habits, all subtly manipulated to bend perception. Tiny nudges creating massive real-world shifts. The scale, staggering, and Maya, she had all the receipts. Mid-level engineers started reaching out. Anonymous messages, encrypted. They confirmed what Maya hinted at. Manipulation campaigns, covert operations, systems designed to influence society on a massive scale. And the higher-ups, untouchable, smiling in boardrooms, drinking espresso, oblivious to the chaos they'd caused. Caleb and Amina had to adapt fast. Dead drop exchanges, encrypted messages, rotating addresses. Every clue double-checked, verified. Helix was proactive, preemptive, surgical. Every move misstep could erase everything they were building. One night, Caleb almost walked into a trap. Following a lead, he noticed the black subs. Same plates. No, rotating, different models. Same intent, surveillance. Heart racing, he ducked into a side street, waited, and watched them pass. This wasn't luck. This was survival. Meanwhile, Maya kept dropping breadcrumbs. Encrypted GPS coordinates hidden in mundane documents, files disguised as corporate reports, subtle hints on obscure forums. Whoever picked them up needed sharp eyes and nerves of steel. And Helix, always one step behind, or so it seemed. The stakes escalated again. Threats became bolder. Anonymous messages, hacked accounts, mysterious phone calls with nothing but static. "We see you, don't mess up," clear as a gunshot. Caleb couldn't freeze, couldn't panic. Every second counted. One mistake. They'd erase him digitally, socially, maybe even physically. Financial anomalies started surfacing too. Short trades, offshore accounts, timed perfectly. Someone knew turbulence was coming. Someone was anticipating it. Could it be internal whistleblowers, external operators? Doesn't matter. It meant that Maya's work was already hitting nerve centers. Amina pushed harder. She coordinated her network, making sure every move was covered. Redundant channels, backup plans, dead drops. They were playing against a machine that had predicted moves before they happened. But human ingenuity, persistence, and sheer stubbornness. Sometimes that tipped the scales. The files continued to expose more secrets. Covert influence on elections, manipulation of online discourse, social nudges disguised as casual recommendations, financial manipulations timed with precision. Level 7 programs, operational manuals, logs of internal experiments, all there. And the world had no clue. By the middle of Part 5, tension was off the charts. Helix was hunting, Maya was ghosting, Caleb and Amina were trying to hold the trail. One wrong move and it was over, but they couldn't stop. The stakes, global, societal, personal, and the clock, tick-tick-ticking. Traps, lies, and betrayals. Shit just got real dark. Caleb was running ragged. No sleep, caffeine pumping through veins like nitro, screens glowing in the dim light like goddamn bat signals. Outside, the city was chill, unaware of the chaos unfolding. Inside, every ping, every alert, every digital flicker could mean one thing: Helix closing in. Maya was gone, vanished like smoke in the wind. But her files, holy shit, nuclear grade. Level 7 behavioral steering, covert influence campaigns, political manipulations, financial exploits. They were all there. And the best part, she knew exactly how to leave a trail without being caught. The first real danger hit when Caleb accessed a hidden FTP drop. A file popped up. "Do not open," classic. Of course he opened it. Inside, photos of him, time-stamped, blurry but unmistakable. Someone had been tracking him for days. His pulse spiked. Helix wasn't just monitoring, they were warning. Or taunting. Maybe both. Meanwhile, Amina's network had a breakthrough. An anonymous whistleblower from inside Helix contacted her. They spilled some serious dirt. Internal protocols for silencing threats, surveillance logs on journalists, financial maneuvers to control media narratives. Caleb's jaw dropped. This wasn't just corruption, it was systematic domination. Helix escalated like full predator mode. SUVs with rotating plates patrolling near safe houses, hackers probing encrypted channels, fake social media accounts spreading disinformation, threats escalating from whispers to blunt messages, stop digging or pay. Every move Caleb made had to be calculated. One slip, instant exposure. Then came the first betrayal. One of the freelance investigators Amina trusted. Turned out they had been compromised. Not malicious at first, Helix had leverage, threats, money, promises. But the result was the same. Caleb nearly walked into a trap. He dodged it barely, ducking into an alley as a black SUV glided past. Maya's breadcrumbs continued, cryptic as ever. Encrypted GPS coordinates hidden in mundane reports, clues tucked in spreadsheets, dead drops disguised as mundane data packets. Whoever followed had to be sharp and fast. And Helix, always hovering, trying to intercept, trying to erase the path. The files dropped more shocking intel. Behavioral nudges to sway elections. Social media sentiment manipulation. Financial disruptions timed with surgical precision. Small percentages with massive real-world impact. And the deeper Caleb dug, the more he realized Helix had global reach. Level 7 wasn't just a program, it was a machine. Amina and Caleb adapted. Dead drop messages, burner phones rotating, every move encrypted, every plan layered with redundancy. Helix wasn't just proactive, they were predictive, trying to anticipate human behavior like it was a math problem. But human instinct, sometimes that beats algorithms. Then came the financial chaos. Short trades timed with leaks, offshore accounts moving millions, insider manipulations tied to Maya's disclosures. Someone was trying to counteract her, or maybe preempt the leaks. Caleb realized the fight wasn't just exposure, it was economic warfare. Threats intensified, anonymous calls, static, digital shadows. "We see you, don't fuck up." Caleb's heart raced. Every second mattered. One mistake, dead end. Helix would erase everything. Files, digital identity, even traces of their movement. Meanwhile, Maya stayed ahead. Her moves were precise. Every leak calculated. Every channel rotated. She wasn't just surviving. She was dismantling pieces of Helix's control system, bit by bit, without leaving a trace. By part 6, Caleb knew it. This wasn't just whistleblowing anymore. This was war. Helix was relentless. Maya was tactical. And every ally, every friend, every network connection, walking a tightrope over a minefield. The stakes had never been higher. Surveillance tightened. Threats grew louder. Files revealed more dark truths about influence, power, and corruption at unimaginable scales. And somewhere out there, Maya was still moving, ghosting, and staying one step ahead of the machine trying to erase her. On the edge, shit was getting apocalyptic level intense. Caleb hadn't slept in days. Eyes bloodshot, hands jittery from caffeine and adrenaline. Screens flickered like a strobe in a club, each notification a possible threat. Outside, city streets were chill, normal, but inside, Every ping, every encrypted alert could mean Helix was one move away from crushing them. Maya was ghost, vanished completely, but her digital footprint, still lethal. Level 7 files, covert operations, behavioral manipulation programs, all intact, all leaking like cracks in Helix's armor. Whoever grabbed them could blow the lid off global secrets. First sign of danger hit Caleb like a punch. He got an anonymous ping on a burner device. No message, just coordinates. He traced it. CCTV frames, blurry low-res. A silhouette trailing Maya or someone pretending to be her. Helix wasn't just monitoring, they were taunting, sending chills through anyone dumb enough to follow the trail. Amina's network worked double time. Ex-intelligence contacts, freelance cyber hackers, undercover investigators. They moved like ghosts. Dead drops, encrypted calls, rotating servers. They were mapping Helix's network, following money trails, communications, internal logs. But the closer they got, the hotter the spotlight. Helix wasn't just aware, they were hunting. Helix escalated, no joke. SUVs patrolling, license plates rotating, cameras on every street corner. Social media bots discrediting journalists. Threats escalating, emails, phone calls, messages with nothing but static. Clear as day, stop or disappear. Caleb couldn't stop, couldn't freeze. Every second mattered. One slip. Helix would erase him completely. Then came betrayal. One investigator trusted, compromised. Not malicious at first, Helix had leverage, money, threats, promises. Result: Caleb nearly walked into a trap. Black SUV gliding past as he ducked into a shadowed alley. Close call, heart racing. Survival instincts kicking in. Maya's breadcrumbs, masterful. Hidden GPS coordinates in mundane documents, encrypted messages in forums, dead drops disguised as corporate files. Anyone following needed sharp eyes, nerves of steel. Helix, hovering, intercepting, trying to erase the path. The files dropped more shocking intel. Behavioral nudges on elections. Social media manipulation. Financial disruptions with surgical precision. Tiny shifts causing massive real-world outcomes. Caleb realized the depth. Helix had global reach. Maya wasn't just leaking files. She was disassembling a machine of control. Caleb and Amina adapted. Dead drops, burner phones, rotated IPs. Every move encrypted, redundant. Helix predictive, trying to outthink human behavior. But human instinct. Sometimes that beats algorithms. Financial manipulations got personal. Short trades, offshore accounts, time to counteract leaks. Someone in Helix trying to regain control. Caleb knew this wasn't just exposure. It was war on every front. Threats escalated. Phone calls with static, anonymous messages, digital shadows lurking. "We see you, don't mess up." Caleb's chest tight, every move critical. One slip, total erasure. Helix would remove files, erase identities, even manipulate evidence to ruin lives. Meanwhile, Maya stayed ahead. Every leak calculated, every channel rotated. Ghosting, dismantling pieces of Helix's operations with precision. She wasn't just surviving, she was shaking a global machine to its core. Caleb knew it. This wasn't whistleblowing. This was a full-blown digital war. Helix relentless, Maya untouchable, and everyone in between walking a tightrope. Every move, every decision, every lead mattered. The hunt, more dangerous than ever. Surveillance tightened. Threats amplified. Files exposed deeper truths about control, influence, and corruption. And somewhere, Maya was still moving, ghosting, staying one step ahead, leaving chaos in her wake. The net tightens. Shit's about to hit critical mass. Caleb was fried. Eyes bloodshot, hands twitching from caffeine overload, adrenaline pumping like a race car engine. Screens lit up his cramped apartment like a control deck in some sci-fi flick. Outside, city streets were chill, unaware of the chaos bubbling inside. Inside, every ping, every notification, every digital flicker screamed danger. Helix closing in. Maya, ghost status, poof. But her files, still a ticking bomb. Behavioral manipulation programs, covert operations, level 7 intel. They weren't just leaks, they were atomic-grade evidence. Whoever got their hands on them could shake Helix to its core. First real scare hit when Caleb logged into a secure drop. File labeled, eyes everywhere. Of course he opened it. Inside, photos of him from multiple angles, time-stamped. Someone had been tracking his every move for days. Pulse spiked. Helix wasn't just watching, they were mocking, sending a message, "We know you, don't fuck up." Amina's crew was in overdrive. Ex-intelligence pros, freelance hackers, private investigators, all synced like a covert ops unit. Burner phones, dead drops, encrypted comms. They mapped Helix's internal network. Financials, internal emails, server access logs. Every breakthrough was a thrill, but with stakes higher than ever. Helix was reactive and proactive, closing gaps fast. Helix went full predator. SUVs patrolling neighborhoods. License plates rotating. Cameras hidden on street corners. Social media bots discrediting journalists. Anonymous threats escalating from subtle hints to direct warnings. Emails with nothing but static. Stop digging. Or vanish. Caleb couldn't stop, couldn't hesitate. Every second was survival. Then came betrayal. One of Amina's trusted investigators got compromised. Helix leveraged threats, money, and promises. Result: Caleb nearly walked into a trap. He ducked into a dark alley as a black SUV glided past, close enough to feel the tension. Survival instincts kicked in. Maya's breadcrumbs, masterclass level. Encrypted GPS coordinates hidden in corporate reports. Subtle forum posts only the sharpest could interpret. Dead drops disguised as mundane files. Helix. Hovering. Intercepting. Trying to erase the trail. Files kept dropping truth bombs. Behavioral nudges on elections. Social media sentiment manipulation. Financial market disruption. Tiny percentages causing massive real-world effects. Caleb realized Helix wasn't just a corporation, it was a global control machine. Maya wasn't leaking files. She was dismantling their empire piece by piece. Caleb and Amina adapted fast. Dead drops, burner phones, rotated IPs. Every move encrypted, redundant. Helix predictive, calculating moves like a chess AI. Human intuition. Sometimes that was the trump card. Financial attacks got personal. Short trades, offshore accounts, time to counter leaks. Helix trying to regain control. Caleb knew this wasn't just exposure, it was all-out war. Threats escalated further. Phone calls filled with static, anonymous messages, shadows in digital spaces. "We see you. Don't mess up." Caleb's chest tightened. Every step could be the last. One slip, erasure. Helix could delete files, erase identities, manipulate evidence to ruin lives. Maya stayed untouchable. Her moves precise, every leak calculated, channels rotated. Ghosting, dismantling Helix's operations methodically. She wasn't just surviving, she was shaking a global machine to its foundations. Caleb knew. This wasn't just whistleblowing anymore. This was war at every level, Helix relentless, Maya untouchable, and anyone in between walking a knife's edge. Every decision, every lead mattered. The net was tightening, shadows everywhere, and the world. Still clueless. Maya was still moving, ghosting, exposing, surviving, and Caleb and Amina just trying to keep up, stay alive, and make sure the story got out before Helix could erase it all. The final gambit. Caleb was fried, wired on caffeine and adrenaline. Screens everywhere, alert pings like gunshots. The city outside, quiet, safe. Inside, chaos. Helix was closing in, fast and silent like predators circling prey. And Maya, still ghosted, still untouchable, still moving like a shadow that refused to be caught. The files she leaked, nuclear, level 7 behavioral programs, covert operations, political manipulation, financial disruption, all raw, uncensored, explosive. Whoever touched them could shake Helix's empire to its core, and everyone knew it. Caleb's safe house, breached digitally, every encrypted channel pinged. New threats, new traces. Someone had mapped his location. Could be drones, could be black subs, could be insiders. Whoever it was, Helix wasn't just hunting. They were dictating the rules of survival. Amina's network scrambled. Encrypted dead drops, burner phones, rotated IPS, double checks on every move. They traced leaks, verified sources, mapped Helix's internal operations. Financial flows, memos, server logs, everything under scrutiny. But Helix was a goddamn machine. Predictive, reactive, adaptive, and now aggressive. Maya, still untouchable. Her moves surgical, every leak precise, every channel rotated. She wasn't just surviving, she was dismantling Helix piece by piece. And for the first time, the scope hit Caleb like a freight train. Global reach, influence over millions, control over perception, and all of it exposed by a ghost. The first direct confrontation happened fast. Caleb received a message, coordinates. CCTV frames inside a warehouse. Blurry but unmistakable, Helix operatives moving through shadows. Weapons. Maybe. Cameras. Definitely. Caleb knew the moment he stepped in, he risked everything. But the info there, critical, life-altering. Amina insisted on moving fast. Dead drops were intercepted, channels compromised. One wrong move could erase months of work, every step calculated, every distraction minimized. Helix wasn't just reactive, they were preemptive predators. Then came betrayal again. Someone inside the network tipped Helix off. Threats, intimidation, leverage. Caleb dodged traps, ducked into shadows, raced through alleys. Every step, survival. Every breath, risk. The files kept dropping. Political manipulation. stock market nudges, social engineering campaigns, tiny interventions with massive consequences, Helix's empire, vulnerable, and Maya, the ghost operator dismantling it systematically. Financial attacks escalated. Short trades, offshore accounts, insider moves, attempts to counter leaks. Caleb realized it wasn't just exposure, it was full-scale war, every front being fought at once. Threats intensified, static-filled calls, anonymous messages, shadows in the digital ether. "We see you, don't fuck up." Caleb's chest tightened. Every move could be the last. One misstep, files gone, identities erased, lives ruined. Maya stayed untouchable. Every move calculated, every leak precise, channels rotated. She wasn't just surviving, she was shattering a global machine of control. And Caleb and Amina, just trying to keep pace, stay alive, and ensure the story reached the world before Helix could erase it all. By now the stakes, maximum, Helix relentless, Maya untouchable. Every move, every decision, every contact mattered, and the world still blind, oblivious. But soon the truth would hit like a goddamn freight train. Then the final piece fell into place. Evidence compiled, sources verified, leaks consolidated. Caleb uploaded everything, secure, verified, undeniable. Global networks lit up. Journalists, whistleblowers, analysts, everyone in the loop now. Helix's empire exposed, vulnerable, Maya still gone, ghosted, phantom, untouchable, her work done, her mission complete. She vanished into the shadows, leaving chaos, disruption, and the undeniable truth behind. And Caleb, a survivor, exhausted, wary, wired, but victorious. The files reached the world, the truth, out, and Helix, shaken, scrambling, exposed. The battle wasn't over, but a major blow had landed. And here's the kicker, this isn't just history, this isn't fiction. It's proof that one ghost, one brave soul can expose the empire. And sometimes surviving means disappearing. If you want to see more insane, untold stories, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next deep dive into the world's wildest secrets. Drop a comment if you think Maya's ghost will ever resurface.